Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Jamaica moves closer to becoming a republic. AI task force report complete. And later in sports, former FIFA referee calls for more protection for match officials. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here are the details. Jamaica's constitutional reform efforts have taken a significant step. Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs Marlene Malahoo Fort provided an update to Parliament Tuesday on the progress of the country becoming a republic. Raquel Porter reports.
The Constitutional Reform Committee, CRC, has been working on transitioning Jamaica to a republic since Cabinet's approval on May 20, 2024. Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, Marlene Malahoo Fort, says the aim is to retain the parliamentary cabinet system, insert a preamble and national emblems and symbols into the Constitution, and amend the Jamaica Independence Act and replace the British monarchy with a non-executive president.
While the work around this aspect of the reform is largely technical in nature and not easily connected to ordinary day-to-day activities of the man in the street, there is no partisan or other dispute anywhere that I am aware of about taking the required steps to achieve this goal.
2 draft bills have so far been prepared: the Constitution Amendment Republic of Jamaica Bill 2024 and the Referendum Bill 2024.
Among other things, the Statute Law Commissioners will be empowered to publish the Constitution of Jamaica, which will be read and construed as one with the amendments made thereto as an act comprising Volume 1 of the Laws of Jamaica. We have described this goal as the Jamaicanization of the Constitution. Beyond putting the constitutional instrument in proper form, the goal also includes the insertion of a preamble.
According to the minister, the CRC has convened 7 meetings and the Drafting Strategy Subcommittee has met twice to review the bills.
Within the CRC, the matter has boiled down to a drafting issue on how the reformed Constitution will be presented. On this, we will be guided by and large by the draftsman. An expert committee has been established to recommend a preamble for inclusion in the reformed Constitution.
The minister says the ministry is working to educate and engage the public on constitutional reform. Raquel Porter, TVJ News.
The National Road Safety Council is emphasizing the importance of teaching children safe road crossing practices. This follows Tuesday's fatal crash of a schoolgirl in Kempsale, Clarendon. Vice Chairman of the Council, Dr. Lucian Jones, says effective public education campaigns require funding to drive home critical messages.
We have to make sure that where there are built-up areas, there is no speeding. There's a worldwide effort now, internationally, to cut the speed in built-up areas where pedestrians are traveling to 30 kilometers, not 30 miles, 30 kilometers, because this has been shown to be the kind of speed that if you get hit, you have a chance. Above that, you have very little chance of survival.
Dr. Jones is calling on stakeholders to assist with funding.
We need funds from both the private sector and from the government. We continue to appeal for the use of cameras on our roads so that people can be warned and detected that when they are speeding, they will be caught and fined. We need to galvanize the entire country to place road safety as a priority, the second leading cause of violent death in our country. A tremendous drain in terms of injuries on the health sector.
The Artificial Intelligence Task Force report is completed. Information Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon gave an update a short while ago at the weekly post-cabinet press briefing.
It is on its way to cabinet, and as I said, I want to have the committee here. Hopefully the next time we have a post-cabinet press briefing, we'll be able to bring the chair of that task force to talk about the results, because it's really very important, and it gave some really good suggestions in terms of how we can recraft things in our education system, also looking at the business sector, skills training. It went across everything, and even legislation that may need to change. And so I will ensure that we bring that report actually to this press briefing and talk through it.
The National AI Task Force was formed in July 2023. It includes experts and stakeholders from the private sector, academia, civil society, and the public sector. They were all tasked with exploring effective strategies for mitigating the risks posed by AI while safely unlocking opportunities. The country's agriculture sector is seeing renewed hope. That's according to Agriculture Minister Floyd Green. Earlier this year, the sector experienced over $1 billion in damages following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Major crops and livestock were badly affected. Speaking at today's post-cabinet press briefing, Mr. Green assured Jamaicans there will be a full comeback for the Christmas holidays.
I know a lot of people get concerned in relation to Christmas, and Christmas is on the horizon. That's when we have a significant demand in everything, all sorts of food items. Based on what we're seeing now, based on the pace of the recovery, based on the support that we have provided, we do expect that we will have a good Christmas. We do expect that we will have adequate supplies, especially of our vegetable lines. Again, we're working with our chicken farmers to try and ensure that we build back that domestic, local, small chicken producers segment. We also are going to be starting our distribution of pullets, that's our layer chickens, so that we can help build back our egg sector, so that come Christmas, we all will have a Merry Christmas.
Residents of Pondside in Yala St. Thomas staged a protest this morning over a lack of water. At about 8:30 this morning, residents took to the street with placards calling on the authorities to address the water crisis in their community. They say this is an ongoing issue.
3 years now we don't have any water in our pipe. So we need it right now, speedily. We don't want tomorrow pass and we don't get the water as we all come back again. We have no representative right now, because so we have to represent ourselves. So we want water now.
We need water at Pondside because we have no water from Bill Wright Company. Come and start work on the road. We have no water. They need to get the whole water man to come back and work on the road and the water pipe. Because now we have no water at all. We have to be walking up and down with pans trying to look water somewhere. Right? And the old folks that around here can't manage that. You have baby around here want water, want tea. At one time we have no water. We have to buy water. And we hardly get no water from the truck.
Water can't reach you. So who live on the hill can't afford to buy it because it can't reach there yet. So tell them to do something. You understand? Good.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. Ground was officially broken for a $350 million upgrade of the Alexandra Community Hospital in St. Anne. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the facility will also see additional services being offered. According to Dr. Tufton, the population has grown over the years and so the demands are greater.
There have been a lot of requests for this service to be upgraded. The truth is the population in the area has increased and the time is now due for that. So we saw the necessity of it, we responded to the calls, and what you're having there now is essentially a hospital service being restored from where it was and where it is coming from. So we're very proud of that, and the team has been working very hard, supported by all the other things that we're offering. So we just want the residents to just be patient as we build out continuously to get where we want to go.
in terms of maternity. We're building out the new ambulance bay. We have built out in terms of health records and the administrative section. We will be moving next to do the new curative building. We will be building the perimeter fencing for the entire property. So it's a comprehensive renovation to upgrade the facility. That is beautiful. And maternity and child health facility next will be done after the curative building.
Work on the $380 million upgrade is currently being done in phases. While a timeline for the completion of the project was not given, residents are happy.
When we hear on the news, say people even from Kingston, St. Thomas and so coming to Alexandra, she used to say, yes, my hospital that. And she used to, bossy about the hospital. And then when we said down here closed, many people would have lived longer if the hospital wasn't closed.
And persons come here to get fixes for minor cuts and bruises, chops, wounds. Everything else had to go to St. Anne's Bay, anything major. So now to see what's happening here, I am absolutely elated.
It's now time for the Business Minute.
Knutsford Express Services is terminating its international e-commerce shipping service. The listed company made the announcement on Monday, saying it would take effect October 7 this year. Knutsford Express says the decision was made as it faced challenges which affected its ability to smoothly deliver the service to clients. The company started offering international courier and e-commerce shipping to Jamaica in 2021. Knutsford Express told customers that packages sent to its U.S. location on or after October 7 will be returned to the sending address. For its financial year ended May 2024, Knutsford Express made $5.2 million in revenue from the service. This was down from the $5.79 million made for 2022-2023. Further afield, thousands of Textron aviation workers are on strike in Kansas. The strike entered day 2 on Tuesday after workers denied the latest contract offer from the International Association of Machinists. Strikers are demanding higher pay, among other things. Textron Aviation designs and manufactures aircraft along with maintenance and repairs. The company said it's prepared for the work stoppage and have plans to ensure uninterrupted service. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Raquel Porto.
And let's see what's coming up in the health report this evening. In this evening's health report, we look at influenza.
Exposure to crowded areas. Also, the fact that some patients are not getting their flu vaccine annually, as well as poor practicing coughing, not covering their mouth, hand washing not being done frequently. And as I mentioned earlier, there are some groups of patients that are immunocompromised, like the group I mentioned, as well as other patients with diabetes and so on.
That's the health report in Primetime News at 7. And now for today's healthy living tip. Get vaccinated annually. Stay hydrated. Cover mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Wash hands frequently with soap and water or sanitizer. And avoid touching eyes, nose, and mouth. Time now for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, St. Vincent and the Grenadines will be getting funding from the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives to support the recovery of the CMOS industry after Hurricane Beryl. The fund is assisting the CMOS Association in helping 10 vulnerable women impacted by the hurricane. The project will provide emotional support, business training, and networking opportunities. On the international scene, shots were fired at Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign office in Tempe, Arizona early on Monday, causing damage but no injuries as no one was inside. The incident follows a prior act of vandalism at the same location just weeks earlier. Police are investigating both incidents, which have raised safety concerns. The shooting occurred amid heightened security around political figures following a recent assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Harris is scheduled to visit Arizona for a campaign event soon, with polls showing her in a tight race against Trump in the state. And a Haitian group in Springfield, Ohio has filed criminal charges against Donald Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance, alleging threats related to immigrants allegedly eating pets. The unusual legal action claims that their rhetoric has led to bomb threats and local unrest. Clark County Prosecutor Dan Driscoll stated that the case will be reviewed based on law, not politics. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Nikinsky Robinson.
We take another break. Sports is next.